Hey, welcome to another episode of Steps to Seasonal Wellness. I am Kim Pollock. I am the owner of Delicata House, and I am a certified aromatherapist and lifelong learner. So today we are going to talk about setting intentions for your home and how that affects your whole life. So I don't know if you have heard of Gretchen Rubin, but I've talked about her before. She has a saying that I love, and it goes like this: outer order contributes to inner calm. For someone like me who struggles with anxiety, having a home that is well ordered and clean and tidy really has an effect on my mental state and my emotional state. And I'm sure that it's the same for many people. So I want to talk about tidying and cleaning and just practical ways to do that. First of all, I think that your living space should reflect the kind of life that you want to have. If you would sit down and visualize the kind of life you'd like to live in your home and how you would want to live day by day, and what you want your home to look like write down adjectives that would describe your home. I did this years ago, and when I was a young mom, and it really helped me to clarify, that I wanted a peaceful home. I wanted a welcoming home. I wanted a place where I wanted to be comfortable and at rest and enjoy being there, but also I wanted my family and my friends to enjoy. So that meant that I had to form two habits. The first one was I had to clean my house regularly. So that means bathrooms, kitchen, vacuuming, mopping, dusting, those things. And the second thing is I had to get rid of stuff in my home that I no longer use. I had to regularly go through and kind of purge, if you want to say that, but just weed out the things that I no longer needed. So the second habit is actually key to easy cleaning, and that's the key to having an organized, tidy home. When I was growing up, my mom was in the habit of just getting rid of things we didn't use anymore. We had a tiny apartment in Brooklyn. There were 4 kids and only 2 bedrooms, and so we did not have a lot of storage space, and pretty much every other place I've lived until this one with Alan has been small. So we didn't have storage space. I grew up without a lot of storage space, and so I got used to regularly weeding out things that I no longer used, wore, read, whatever, and passing them on. The idea of, rather than accumulating things and holding on to them, like holding on to the past, you release things so that others can use them, and so that you make space for what's coming next in your life, for the new things that are coming in your life. And I love that idea of getting rid of the old, shedding the old things that you don't need, that are unnecessary in your life, and making room for the new. So, if you think about your home and you think, well, to be honest, I don't clean very often, is the reason because your home has a lot of stuff in it? For example, the top of your dresser, is it clear of things, and are you able to dust it frequently? Or is it piled with clothes and change and lint and little knickknacks and, this and that, and receipts or whatever? Is it, if it's like that, if it's covered with stuff, you probably aren't going to dust it very often. You're not going to wipe it off because it's too much of a pain. You got to take all that stuff off, wipe the surface down, and then put it all back. But if you had room for your clothes in your closet or drawers, and the surface was you put all your bottles of makeup or whatever else in a basket or something, and you just had 1 to 3 little pictures or knickknacks on your dresser, it would be super easy to wipe that clean. So I think a lot of times when people are hesitant, they don't really clean their home very regularly, it's because they have too much stuff. And the stuff, yes, there is the sense of you're holding on to something that you don't need anymore, and you're stuck. It can only emotionally be a symbol of emotional stuckness and mental stuckness, to not let go and move on. So if you could take like one category at a time. Marie Kondo talks about one category of stuff at a time. She starts with clothes. That's the easiest usually. And what she would do is have you take all the clothes in your house and put them on your bed, or all the clothes that you own and put them on your bed. And then a lot of times when you see all that stuff accumulated, you're like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I have so much stuff. And then you would go through each thing one by one, hold it in your hand and ask yourself, does it spark joy? And if not, you toss it, you put it in a bin to give away, a bag to give away, or take to Salvation Army. If yes, it does spark joy, then you're gonna learn how to fold that or hang it up and put it in the closet. So you can do that if you want to do the Marie Kondo, her method, which is to, take one category of stuff at a time. You can look up the order of categories that she has. And I would recommend getting a friend kind of like me who's like motivated to clean and organize and get rid of stuff that you don't need, and have them come over and help you for a day, like to do one category, maybe like one Saturday, here and there you can do that, or one night a week. But if that's so overwhelming that you're never going to do it, then you can try what I did, which is I went into my bedroom and I decided I was going to do one dresser drawer every night. And then when I was done with that, I did like the top of my closet, my shelf, and then I went through the clothes that were hanging. And I went through my bin of shoes. So you can do that as well. And I went through, I don't accumulate a lot of clothes. I'm kind of an underbuyer, but I did find a few things that I'm like, honestly, I never wear this, or it doesn't fit me right, or I don't like the color. So I put those in the bag to take to Salvation Army. And then I got on YouTube and I found out how to fold clothes the KonMari method. And I'm telling you, I couldn't even believe those were my drawers when I finished, because that was the one area where I've always been super weak, and my clothes are in my drawers, but they're just a mess, like scrambled eggs in there. So I learned to fold them, and her way is that everything's kind of like standing up so that you can see it. You can see everything. You pull your drawer open, you can see everything that's in there all at once, rather than things stacked on top. There's nothing stacked on top of each other. So there's no way you're going to make a mess of that drawer. You're going to take, even if you took 5 things out, all your stuff is still there neat. So I was super excited. I could hardly believe that those were my dresser drawers. It's still really thrilling. And now I can take the time to fold the clothes her way, because I know it's going to save me time in the long run. If I'm doing one of those, classic woman getting dressed for an event thing, and I'm like, no, not this outfit, not that outfit. I still didn't take everything out of my drawers, and I didn't wreck my whole bottom drawer or whatever. So I recommend you look up some videos on how to fold and, how to go about tidying. But the point is, once you've done that, where you've decluttered, then cleaning is super easy. So this is my litmus test for knowing if it's time to tidy stuff in my house. Like, not just every day, like put things away, but like, I know I have like not dealt with this drawer, that drawer, or this thing for a while. I ask myself, do I know where everything is in the house? Like if I needed a document, or I needed an item of clothing, or a little tool or whatever, do I know where it is? And if I don't know where it is, then it's time to tidy and go through each drawer and closet and shelf and box and make sure I know where things are. And then a lot of times I might go, oh, well, I haven't used that. Another rule of getting rid of things is, have I used it in a year? If you haven't used it in at least a year, there's a good chance you're never going to use it. So you might just want to pass it on. There's also another quote by William Morris. It says, have nothing in your house that you do not know to be useful or believe to be beautiful. That might be a guideline for you to follow as you are tidying, because it really helps you to go, I want the things that are important to me. I want to be able to see them. I want to know where they are. I want to be able to enjoy and appreciate them. And if you have so much stuff, then you can't. Things get hidden, cluttered, and piled up on. And so I I want to say that, this is a super important step. You can't have a clean home if you don't have a tidy home. So like tidying comes first, and then it's easy to like wipe down surfaces. That's a breeze. So then after you have your rooms tidy, then going through once a week and, picking a regular day to clean, get your kids involved if you have children or your grandkids. But then it's super easy to just, go through and like wipe the kitchen, counters off, the table, the stove or whatever, and the fridge, and then you do the bathroom, and then dust the living room or your bedroom, and then, vacuum and mop. So it's really much, much easier to clean when you have a tidy home. So I recommend that for your mental health, for your emotional health, so that you can enjoy your home and your belongings, and you can enjoy your family and friends there. I know people who don't have other people over very often because their home is just very cluttered and they probably feel embarrassed, so they just don't have anyone over. And there's no guilt here, because I know everybody has different circumstances, and like you might have physical disabilities, you might just work so many hours that it's almost impossible, and maybe nobody really helps you. But if you can get your home in a place that you enjoy being there, and you know where things are, and you can appreciate what you have, you will feel happy being there, and then you'll feel happy about having other people be there too. So I just want to encourage you, don't feel bad, no judgment, just, find ways, like little snippets of time, maybe like I said, one drawer a night, one, surface a night, whatever it is going to be, or do the Marie Kondo one category way and work through stuff, because you will feel so much lighter and freer, and you'll be ready for the next season in your life. So I want to just leave you with 4 book titles that you can read to encourage you in your new, orderly, tidy, clean life. The first one is Outer Order, Inner Calm by Gretchen Rubin. I mentioned that at the beginning. She shares 9 reasons why you should have a well-ordered home. Very, very good. The Life-Changing Magic of Tidying Up, The Japanese Art of Decluttering and Organizing by Marie Kondo. So this is the classic. The Netflix show that she's on based on her method is available, and there's so many YouTube videos, but the book itself is very handy to have in your bookshelf and to be able to refer to. So I recommend that one. The third one is Organized Simplicity, The Clutter-Free Approach to Intentional Living by Tish Oxenreider. I read this when I was a young mom, and I really loved it because she talked about the why behind why you would want, behind having a clean home. And she had really cool forms that you could fill out that helped you to create your own kind of life rule or life mission. So that was a really helpful book. And she also has a lot of natural cleaning. Hey Cheryl, you should be teaching this class, not me. I am talking about cleaning and organizing, and you are the queen, so I should probably interview you sometime in the future. But we've been talking today about cleaning and tidying. Yay! And so since it's fall, it's always a good time, maybe you're getting your fall decorations out, and it's a good time to clean and tidy. Oh yeah, so the last book that I recommend is called Home Comforts, The Art and Science of Keeping House. And this is like it's the reference book that you need to have in your home, because she tells you everything, like any kind of stain that you want to get out of a tablecloth, or how to wash just about anything. And she even had like why it's important to keep things clean, because dirt actually like destroys your stuff. So I read this probably I was like 21, and it was really helpful to me, but I recommend that book for people to have on hand just to refer to. And I have a couple aromatherapy blends. The first one is Cleaning Day Blend. You put this in your diffuser. 2 drops of bergamot, 3 drops of lemon, and 2 drops of cedarwood. So it's just very invigorating and also cleans the air. And then I just have a mopping blend. I love to put a few drops of essential oil in the bottom of my steam mop, or my it's not a Swiffer, but it's like a Swiffer, the pad that I use for that. And it's just 6 drops of lemon, 3 drops of tea tree, and 2 drops of lavender. So if you have any questions or comments, you can email me, delicatahouse@gmail.com, or you can DM me here, and I would love to hear how your tidying and cleaning journey is progressing, and how it helps you in your everyday life, helps you mentally and emotionally. And I hope you'll tune in again soon. Bye.